You are watching the MDM-TV Friday Show with anchors Abby Barrett, Skylar Wright, Weather with Addie Creamy, Sports with Noah Gross, Assignment Reporter Callan Alguire, and the dedicated MDM-TV production crew. And now, Abby Barrett and Skylar Wright.
Welcome back to this week's Friday Show. I'm Abby Barrett with World News. On January 3rd, 2022, a footprint on the beaches of Wales was identified as a 200-million-year-old dinosaur footprint. You heard me right, a dinosaur footprint. Scientists were informed of this footprint, and according to Paul Barrett, a pathobiology researcher, it was 1.6 feet long and was also discovered in a 164-foot area surrounding the track. The tracks were reported by a Wales civilian, and they then reported it to the London's Natural History Museum. The footprints were poorly preserved, but they were able to see that the dinosaur was actually roaming in this area from the late Triassic period. Researchers also believe that this area might have been a trample ground due to the large range of footprints. According to Barrett, these footprints are not particularly worldwide, making this discovery more interesting. So the next time you go to the beach, make sure you look out for footprints. They may end up being a dinosaur track. On December 31st, 2021, the internet broke at the announcement regarding the passing of industry icon Betty White. The whole world was ecstatic to see her turn 100 years old. Betty was 99 and was ready to turn the big 100 on January 17th. Betty even stated that she was lucky to be in such good health for her old age, just 3 days prior to her death. Betty even had a big celebration planned for the big milestone in honor of being 100 years young. If you are unfamiliar with Betty White's work, she was in sitcoms like The Golden Girls, as well as Hot in Cleveland. In her honor of death, people are starting to donate money to the animal shelters because this was the type of cause was something she kept close to her heart. She will always be loved and remembered by all. Skylar?
Thanks, Abby. On the first day of 2022, Jim Toy sadly passed. Mr. Toy was well known for many things. The first thing he did to become well known was the fact that he was the first man to publicly come out as queer in Michigan. Another thing he was known for was his participation in almost every pro-gay rights event in Michigan. Whether it was a protest he was chanting at or a festival having fun, he was more than likely present. In 2022, he told NPR, "I am committed to making as much trouble as I can to create and maintain justice." He dedicated his life, and Mr. Toy co-authored his first official Pride Week proclamation by a governing body in the United States, along with the city's non-discrimination policy based on sexual orientation and gender identity. As a tribute to Jim Toy, LGBTQ Center plans on having his ideals live on through his passing. One of the best places to visit right here in Montrose, Michigan is Barber Park. There are a number of enjoyable amenities available. Some of these include a playground, a paved walking path, a soccer field, a baseball diamond, a fishing pier, and a colossal sledding hill. The hill is a Montrose fan favorite in the wintertime, with it being the perfect place to meet up with friends and family for an afternoon of fun. On Google Reviews, it has been rated with 4.7 stars with loads of positive reviews. Eric says, "Nice playground, canoe launch, fields, sledding, and cross-country skiing in the winter." Another reviewer, John B., says, "In the winter, there's a nice hill for snow sledding, a wonderful place for the family." The park is open 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Thursday, for sledding and more. Now, back to Abby.
Today, the girls and bars varsity basketball team are traveling to Durand. Over the weekend, we have our co-ed varsity wrestling competing at New Lothrop. Our co-ed varsity bowling competing at Flint Southwestern Academy at Richfield Bowl, along with varsity girls competitive cheer at Midland High School. Today, we have an early release. Next week, we are looking at early releases on January 13th and 14th due to exams for grades 8 through 12, and no school on January 17th. Good luck, Montrose. After the break, we will hear from Addie with the weather.
Beautiful and guaranteed, and it looks so great and so astounding. AmericanMetalRoofs.com, so beautiful and guaranteed. Last through the years, AmericanMetalRoofs.com. Beautiful and guaranteed, and it looks so great last through the years. American Metal Roofs.
I'm the MDM-TV weather specialist, Addie Creamy. Let's take a look at the Michigan weather. Right now in Montrose, it's a chilly 20 degrees. Then we have Flint, south of Montrose, with the temperature of 19 degrees. Also with that temperature, we have Saginaw with the same chilly 19 degrees. Then we travel down to Detroit with a temperature of 22 degrees. Wow, Michigan is having a very similar weather range today, with Grand Rapids also having the temperature of 22 degrees. Along with this chilly weather, some winter storms are going to be coming through. They're not too harsh of a storm, but slightly in the central area. Now let's take a look at sports with Noah Gross after this short message.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoyed giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Noah Gross, here with sports. Now, as the weather gets colder outside, Montrose basketball is just heating up. The Lady Rams are 4-2 in the year. They just picked up their second loss of the season, December 17th. Final score, 54-37. The Lady Rams played Durand Friday at 5:30. The boys varsity team is 1-3 in the year after beating Pinconning, January 4th. Final score, 48-39. The Rams will play Durand January 7th at 7:30. The college football playoffs have come to an end and the championship game is set. Alabama played Cincinnati, final score 27-6. Heisman winner Bryce Young threw for 181 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick as they cruise to a national championship. Georgia played Michigan in a highly guarded game, final score 34-11. Colin is here to tell us more about the game. Colin?
Thanks, Noah. Michigan was demolished by the Georgia Bulldogs swiftly on New Year's Eve in the second game of the college football playoffs, 34-11. Michigan couldn't get anything going on offense. Junior quarterback Cade McNamara went 11 for 19 passing for 106 yards with no touchdowns and threw 2 interceptions. The first time in his career he's thrown more than 1 in a game. He was also sacked 4 times this game, a career high. Michigan's other quarterback, true freshman J.J. McCarthy, went 7 for 17 for 131 yards and 1 touchdown with no interceptions. Another true freshman, Andrell Anthony, hauled in 1 reception for 35 yards and the only touchdown of this game for the Wolverines. Rushing, which has been the Wolverines' identity this entire year, senior running back Hassan Haskins had his worst game this season, rushing 9 times for only 39 yards. Sophomore running back Blake Corum only rushed 3 times for 13 yards. True freshman running back Donovan Edwards rushed 4 times for 14 yards. Georgia senior quarterback Stetson Bennett went 20 for 30 passing for 313 yards and 3 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. Sophomore running back Stavon Clark rushed 3 times for 28 yards, and freshman tight end Brock Bowers caught 5 passes for 55 yards and 1 touchdown. Defensively for Michigan, Aiden Hutchinson was very underwhelming with 4 tackles and no sacks. Georgia's freak senior defensive tackle Jordan Davis only had 2 tackles and no sacks. That's all I have for you today. So with that, back to Noah in the studio.
Thanks, Colin. Alabama plays Georgia in the national championship game January 10th at 8 p.m. The Detroit Lions played the Seattle Seahawks in a highly scoring affair. Final score 51-29. This puts the Lions at 2-13-1 as the year as they head into their last game of the season. The Lions play the Green Bay Packers Sunday at 1 p.m. The Detroit Pistons are 7-28 on the year and are 14th place in the Eastern Conference. They played the Milwaukee Bucks and won Monday. Final score 115-106. First overall pick Cade Cunningham has been a bright spot on this team, averaging 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. The Pistons will host the Orlando Magic this Saturday at 7 p.m. That's going to do it for this week's MDM-TV show. Thanks for watching, and so long.